Yo, what's up guys, new Siege video. It's been quite a while since I made a Siege video. I checked back, it was like the last one was like the 12th of April or something, which is about no wait, almost a month ago. So yeah, been doing Siege still, of course, but being like sick for a little bit, having some other content to do, busy with work, busy with other random stuff, not caring too much about Siege, failing a few times in Siege, not recording Siege for the most part, pretty much led me into not doing much Siege stuff for like the videos. But since last week, actually went a little bit more tryhard, upped a few units which are good for Siege, and seeing if I can go a little bit more tryhard on Siege. The Siege tournament is coming up pretty soon. Matchmaking is not really helping us. We actually, at the start of the season, we had easy matchup after easy matchup. And currently we have like very hard matchup after very hard matchup. At least it's more interesting for the videos, I guess. So, or also more interesting to play against in the first place, I would say. So yeah, going with a bit more try-hard team. So also I even built a few multiple Net Force and Second Awakenings, not just one Second Awakening extra. Which is another Lulu, because Lulu is still too dumb and too broken in Siege. So yeah, therefore hitting more Net Force, doing more hard counters, doing less wonky shit. At least that's the plan. Will it actually work out? I don't know. But that's where we get these kind of teams where it's just a lot of additional damage. It's just a lot of like tankiness, savey stuff, and that's at some point. It actually got kind of close at some point with the Alucia, but there was still Triana passive if it would have actually died. But yeah, I would say pretty safe team-ish. And this was from New Era, and they were running something that's very old. Was this New Era? I think it was New Era. Or was Sakura Club? One of the two. We played those two guilds in this siege. But this is so old, man. This is too old. I don't even really want to showcase this. This is just literally, you reset the molly, you just spam a bunch of dots, you get a lot of immunity, and it's that simple. I'm really not sure why they're running this. It's too old school. To be honest, there's nothing really that good in Net 5 defenses right now, especially in the top guilds. It's a lot of the guilds, especially on the Net 5 defenses, they get like what 90% win rate or so. So that's yeah, I don't know. Nothing really works on the Net 5s. I guess that there's just too many good offenses. Is what it is, right? Is what it is. For me, it would actually be funny if you can't switch runes both on offense and defense. I think then it would be interesting. And then also offense wouldn't be too easy if you actually focus on it. Because if you don't focus on it, you're gonna lose. Because you get a lot of these kind of defenses, which are just... The best thing there is to it is just the Tractor, Lulu, Windy, which in my case, I would say is a very boring team. It's literally the strongest team out there, pretty much. So that's, yeah, is just what it is. Is what it is. Strongest team out there, most boring team out there. But hey, I also like winning, so then you gotta use some boring stuff, right? So actually for this one, it went kind of strange at some point, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I should have done the shield on the other unit, and it got armor broken here. And then with that armor break, it actually went into procs there, and it actually killed me. So that kind of sucks, but this team is literally that stupidly strong that I could have still won this. Because just the Windy and the Lulu, you get so much shields all the time. If that stupid thing on the right doesn't proc too often, it is actually very durable to still kill this shit. So I did kind of misplay with the one of not killing... No, wait, I gave the heal to Lulu, so it would have been a 50-50 whether it would drop the S2 on the Lulu or on the other unit, so... Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Only thing that you would have to be scared of right now is that Ayuno getting his skill back of the third skill. And then he starts dealing a lot of damage, because every time he gets revived, he does a lot more damage than the previous time he was revived. Of course, destroy runes still really work, but you would have to kill them really fast then the moment that happens. Now the thing is, every time I hit the Kinky, I would get the shield from the Windy. So in this case, it should not be losable, right? Unless this thing like Hala procs at some point with an armor break or something like that. Which it still has to armor break a Lulu, which of course is 100% resistance. Man, we're like literally 3 fights in. No, wait, 2 fights in, and this is already taking like 5 minutes recording. So yeah, that's pretty. And I even put this on double speed. So that's the thing with like Tryhard Siege, man. These fights are just long, boring, destroy, bullshit fights. So that's Siege meta for us right now in the top guilds, I guess. But yeah, is what it is, right? Is what it is. I'm also okay there. It goes for a triple turn and it armor breaks on the first turn. So that's where you actually lose. So that's just pure stupidity, man. That's literally just pure stupidity. This thing is actually on revenge, so this thing has a chance of soloing even, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, the odds are just very low for that. So yes, you can still lose to heavy procs and that kind of shit. Sure, I maybe have misplayed there with the tractor a little bit. But man, it's just, I don't know. Counter, you actually, this stupid thing actually has double counter. It's not countering for shit. It's double counter destroy in this build. And yeah, we needed that, but now we're so low HP. If we had a little bit more HP, I would have said we could have won. But yeah, shield gets gone, you die. So yeah, is what it is. So next time going in, pretty similar team. Still gonna keep the 2x speed because, yeah, is what it is. Actually, the Commune version is stronger than Tractor version because Tractor in the end, like, what is he really going to do besides eat a bunch of hits? Commune in this case would be a lot stronger to actually kill it. It's better in the damage towards Ayunu, gives more shields. Tractor's just stunning, which he probably never does. So might as well have that Commune in there, and then it's pretty much more or less the same style of team. But if you have both, I would recommend for going Commune against those kind of kinkies. But is it an annoying team? It's still pretty much an annoying team. That didn't change. Is this better than the Shina Martina teams, which are also spammed right now? Not entirely sure. But this was a lot more of a clean win than the previous one, I would say. It's also a lot faster kill. Like, Tractor barely did any damage at the build I had him at that moment. Plus, apparently he died too fast. Well, he died from a few procs, but if you get like fights this long, you're gonna get a few procs at some point. Also, we actually have a few fights which are actually a little bit faster. Oh, thank God we actually got some fast fights as well, because man, if I got like 10 of those fights that take like 16 hours each, I would get bored to shit, man. Holy fuck. So, yeah, no, the thing is with this team, it's just a lot of damage. My Shiner Martina in the current state are a lot of damage. And I do switch my Shiner Martina from damage to no damage and that kind of stuff. It's actually kind of weird it went for... It was near full HP and it already went for the Shiner, which is kind of weird. But in the end, even if it would have killed, it wouldn't have mattered too much. My other two units would have just cleared it up anyways. At least we have some fast fights. Then this one, which is a very slow fight as well. Once again, long drawn out bruiser fights. So the thing is, if you start caring about Siege, all you need is good Via runes, good Despair runes, and you're going to do very well on offense. And some additional damage artifacts. Those actually also work. But then mainly into speed, defense, HP. No, actually mostly just HP and defense. Because most of these units that I'm using here, they're barely on any speed. Well, especially this team, of course, the Leo team, haha. But the thing is with Theomars is S2 also doing, what's it called, damage from speed right now. It makes sense to put a Riley, or to put a Leo into this unit. So yeah, you know what it is. You're just destroying HP. You're just going for like, I don't know, man. These fights are long as look. They're actually not that tedious to play. It's more even tedious to watch, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think about the current meta of Siege with all of those bruiser fights. Let me know what you guys think about it. Do you think like it's a cool thing, or would you like to see like more one-shots, or I don't know, because for me these fights, it's a good thing that we have the plus times something speed. Like what the Molly, go die, Molly. No one likes you. Give up. Thank you. Okay, this one was, if I'm not mistaken, slightly tricky and probably something you shouldn't really use in this case. Is it actually going? It is actually going. Was checking my Wi-Fi right away, saying like, hey, why are you not going? So, well, is this tricky though? No, actually it's not tricky at all, because I got the Tesarion and I got the Nana, and I just... No, this is actually not tricky at all. So, yeah. My Tesarion actually does a decent amount of damage in most cases, but apparently in this case didn't do too much. But yeah, I think I've seen more Momos on defense right now. Would I say it's really good? I'm not sure about it. I don't actually think so. No, this was actually pretty safe offense. Just gonna take a little bit. Killing the Momo, doing some good S1 damage, of course, that doesn't change. And Tesarion is actually one of the better net 5 units. If you want dupes for net 5 siege, I would say Tesarion is probably one of the better units. And I actually call Tesarion right now. 9 out of 10 times I would call Theomars Tesarion and Tesarion Theomars. Same as I've always been doing with Miho and Mina. For some reason, can never get them right. Is what it is, right? Is what it is. Funny thing with Theomars is that he negates a lot of damage from the Molong S3. So of course Molong doesn't kill himself that much, but you also don't die too much from that. So makes things easier. And now we actually have finally some fast matches. So this is one of those counters that you've seen like probably a bunch of YouTubers / streamers use as well. If you get 4 buffs on the Bethany, you can do the pew pew, and the pew was for 60k. And then you have some pretty tanky stats on the other 2 units, and therefore you will able to easily clear this up. Also, a xxKilla doesn't have too bad of damage in the first place, so that actually kind of helps out. Mainly if you go damage by speed and that kind of stuff, you would do a decent amount of damage, I would say. So yeah, this is just why you pew pew. And if you don't have 4 debuffs, you get like, what, 25% chance or so to ignore defense. So make sure you get those buffs, not debuffs, buffs. Funny thing is, I have 2 Bethanies. I literally pulled them pretty much back to back. I think there was like 1 light and dark scroll in between of pulling the 2 Bethanies. Sometimes RNG is RNG, right? It's kind of random. So yeah, then once again, we go for the 60k damage. This one probably doesn't have too much or doesn't have any reduction from dark in there. So then you just do a lot of damage. Even through the shield I did 60k damage. So yeah, that makes it very simple. I'm also not sure which version is better, the Asher version or the xxKilla version. But both of them work pretty well. I would say Asher version is better for damage, I would say. No, it's better for healing in general. But yeah, in the end, both are pretty nice. You do a lot of damage with this thing. Then for one more fight, this is actually one of the first times I used my Gianna team as one of the last offenses that I did there. I was focusing so much on that force. Strange for me, right? Strange. But yeah, of course, the Gianna Rogue Sierra team is still one of the best teams I have. It's near to, I would say, 95-98% win rate. It just wins all the time, even if it derps just too much S1 damage. Even if things go kinky and I can't even crit and push attack bar up and that kind of stuff, you still drop them bombs and you're winning, you're Gucci to go. Actually, those procs here were not that great. Almost killing by S1 damage. And then he does his S2, which I would say is somewhat annoying, but it's actually not that much of an issue. I was thinking what's the best approach? Well, actually, if the dot was there, it would have been the best. So you bomb and you dot, but in the end, this is fine as well. If he would have procced like 3 times there, it would have been dangerous, but then he would have had to be very lucky. So yeah, that's that for the Siege. 1 lose, 9 other pretty clear wins, I would say. So guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if you want to see more Siege content, and see you in the next one. We got Siege tournament coming up in like, I don't know, like 2 weeks-ish. So I'll probably be covering that for Siege tournament for sure. So guys, thanks for watching, and see you later.